friend is coming soon. I greet you in the love and the light of the infinite Creator.
My fellow subscribers, YouTube has started to shut down channels that don't agree with their views and blaming their decision on their guidelines. This is the highest form of censorship controlled by the cabal to keep us from knowing the truth. There has been several channels terminated by their so-called violation of their guidelines, including our sister channel, Event is Coming Soon, and 3 other sister channels of ours. We feel it's a matter of time before they create a violation of their guidelines to shut this channel down. We have created a channel on Daily Motion, which is an alternative to YouTube. Please go to dailymotion.com and subscribe and view our videos as well. Tell your friends also that we have our new channel, The Event is Coming Soon, on dailymotion.com. Let's unite and keep this very important channel alive. Victory of the Light.
Alliance Insider, we're going to see a new gold-backed currency worldwide. By Edward Morgan. From this point forward, I will be referring to my anonymous source as Arthur. I have chosen this pseudonym from the legend of King Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table. I've done this because of my source's involvement in the alliance. I feel that the Round Table, which has no specific leader, is a fitting metaphor for the alliance because King Arthur's court was said to be comprised of many prominent warriors. I just wanted to clear up some confusion. The last time we spoke, I thought you said not to listen to QAnon, and then I got the follow-up from you saying to check him out, so I think there was some miscommunication. Arthur, here's how we do it. Listen to everything, believe nothing. I believe nothing of what I hear, half of what I see, and 75% of history. History is never told as truth. Reality is never in print. Evidentiary facts are never brought forth. What's going on is a game of intelligence. I think we have an alliance already with China, Russia, and a few other partners, England now being one of them because of Theresa May. Because of Merkel, we haven't got one with Germany. We've got one with some Saudis and maybe some Egyptians. We're putting together a coalition. There's a chance we're going to see a new gold-backed currency worldwide to get rid of the United States Treasury and Federal Reserve. When Kennedy tried to do that, he had a bad day in Dallas. So there are a bunch of things going on, but you're never ever going to see it on TV, on the computer, or you're never going to hear it from a reliable source. Intelligence is done by not believing the news, by not believing history, by not believing what is said, but by seeing what is inferred and what is behind the line and seeing what they are trying to protect and where they are trying to push you and steer you, because they are chronic fucking liars. That's the intelligence world. And there is so much disinformation that's out there, even within the alternative news movement, even within the conspiracy circles. I think there has been a lot of infiltration. There's a lot of speculation as to whether Q is legitimate or whether it is psyop disinformation. I think he's made some pretty compelling predictions, like the other day he predicted the failed terrorist attack in NYC. Arthur, there's so much stuff going on the web that they are using algorithms now to sort out what is truth and what isn't. They're looking for the number of hits, the number of preponderances, the number of possibilities, and the calculated possibility of something happening because of exposure, effect, influence, and political pushback. Right now, ISIS is wiped the fuck out. They don't have a chunk of land to stand on, so they are going to push back everywhere and every way they can. We have to end this fucking chain migration in the United States. Here are some basic rules that will straighten out the United States in a week. Here's how simple it is. If you employ someone without a green card, you go to prison for a year and pay a $10,000 fine. If you see a lobbyist, you can shoot him. And if you're in politics as a job for more than 8 years, you can be put in prison. And like that, America turns back over to the public from the cabal. You mentioned Kennedy, and I don't think Kennedy realized what he was up against. He didn't have the help of the internet, and he didn't start by draining the swamp before pushing certain changes through. Let's hope that the swamp is sufficiently drained this time around. Arthur, think about this as a possibility. There is a list of 6,782 Illuminati members, and this list was given to the Black Ops, SEAL teams, Blackwater, snipers, and all paramilitary personnel, so that if anything happened to Trump, we can go hunting and get them all. These 6,782 individuals are the top satanic child rapists, human sacrificers, and banksters involved in all sorts of crimes from embezzlement to staging false flag events, right? Arthur, these are the people that killed the Knights Templar and took over. Remember when the French and the Vatican got together and said the Knights Templar are running the world? You could transfer money all over the world going through the Knights Templar. And they fought for the Christian model to take root around the world. The Vatican said, wait a minute, the Knights Templar have more power than we do. And the French government owed the Knights Templar so much money they could never pay it back. They killed them all on Friday the 13th. I actually wrote about that on my website a while back. Arthur, people have to go back to the beginning. That's the beginning of Satan's rule. If you had a $10 bill in your hand, would you make a small wager that Q is legit or not? What do you think? Arthur, I don't care. $10. Arthur, to bet? I don't care. It's just another source. You measure its credibility by how often it is right over an extended period of time. You have to measure everything. There is no fact, no truth, no lock on truth, because everything changes and everything is liquid. I don't care one way or the other because I'm doing so much research and have so many other sources, but I'm sure there are a lot of people on the internet who would like a definite answer. Arthur, look, as for Q, it's not even worth our time talking about it. Let me get your take on one more thing. What are your thoughts on artificial intelligence right now? Arthur, artificial intelligence, the kind humans created on Earth, has been around since 1980. Look, we have things that have fallen down in our backyard. And we've reverse engineered a lot of things. There are 3 generations of electronics that you've never even seen yet. What if unidentified flying objects are American flying objects? The technology that was around in 1970, that you haven't seen and don't know about, the shit going on at 51, 52, Wright-Patterson, and Rome, New York, people are clueless. The things that are out in the public domain, the technologies that most of us have access to, are easily 1,000 years behind what's in these black projects. Arthur, in 1970, on a foggy day, you take out a pack of Camel cigarettes in London, they can read the manufacturer code, the dots on the cellophane, from a satellite. I've heard that elsewhere. Arthur, that was in 1970. Look at what we knew in 1964 about what the Russians were doing. Look at the Bay of Pigs in 1964. Look at what we knew. Satellites are traveling all over. There's a radioactive jet, what's going on there? They can triangulate it within a foot of where it is. Maybe you've heard something similar, but what I've heard is they have the ability to pick up frequencies that are emitted every time a scientist turns on a free energy device. They can triangulate it, swoop in, silence everyone however they choose to, dismantle it, and squirrel it away in the belly of some patent office so the technology never gets out to the public, never saves billions of lives, and never threatens the establishment. Arthur, here's what I know for an evidentiary fact. They do not want individual freedom, happiness, and health. They want you to be dead, or worse. They want you to be their slave and they will do anything they can to control you, from exploiting human frailty to using disinformation. Worry about your soul, your ass, your food, and your bank account and let the rest of the shit go. You can't get finite information on what is going on in Antarctica, what's going on Mars, are we on Mars already, Have we got an installation on the moon? You can't get that information, and you're never going to until it all comes out. I think one thing is clear, one thing we can agree on is that 2018 is going to be very, very interesting. Arthur, it's going to be another year. We could get hit by an asteroid. Yosemite could blow. Half of the continent could get wiped out. Tectonic plates could shift. They could come in from one of any other of the billions of galaxies surrounding us. Maybe our universe is all contained within an atom of a table leg in an extraterrestrial's house. What you can know is very, very limited. What you need to know is very finite. Start with that.
If you like our channel, please subscribe and click the bell to be notified of our new videos. Feel free to share on your social media. Thanks for watching. See you next time.